करने में सुविधा। सो हम ये चाहेंगे कि आप जितने ज्यादा नंबर में सभी स्टूडेंट्स जुड़ सके उतना अच्छा होगा, क्योंकि आप अपने आप पढ़ते तो कई बार आप चीजें शायद ठीक से समझते भी नहीं है। जब आपके टीचर्स आपको यहाँ बता रहे होते हैं तो आपके लिए थोड़ी आसानी रहती है इन पेपर्स के बारे में समझने में और उनके बारे में चूज करने के लिए कि आपको कौन सा पेपर ऑप्ट करना चाहिए। एक और चीज जो कि we'll start with the VAC papers, but before we proceed towards the GE papers, I would like to add one more thing कि GE papers के बारे में सभी स्टूडेंट्स ऐसा नहीं है कि जी किसी पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट में माइनर लेना चाहते हो। ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको एक ही सब्जेक्ट के बहुत सारे पेपर्स पढ़ने जरूरी हैं। अगर आप चाहें तो अपने चॉइस के अकॉर्डिंग, अपने रिक्वायरमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट्स के जीई भी ऑफर कर सकते हैं अलग अलग सेमेस्टर्स में। ठीक है, विद दिस आई वुड नाउ रिक्वेस्ट माय कलीग्स टू स्टार्ट with the orientation for VAC program. Sandeep, we can start with this.
Thank you, ma'am. So, good evening, everyone. So, we will be starting with first VAC papers, and then we will go for GE papers. So, for the first is Department of Management.
हाँ, एक मिनट, एक चीज और, जो स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ सुन रहे हैं उनकी अगर कोई क्वेरीज है तो दे कैन पुट देयर क्वेरीज इन द चैट बॉक्स लाइक यस्टरडे। वी विल टेक अप द क्वेरीज इन द एंड, and I would request my colleagues to be as short and precise as possible.
Dr. Deepthi from Department of Management Studies.
Yeah, Sandeep, I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, faculty members and dear students. The objective of value-added courses is to provide the students with an understanding of the expectations of the industry. That is to improve your employability skills and to bridge any skill gap to make you industry ready. So keeping in view these requirements, BMS department is offering two VAC courses. One is ethics and culture, and second is social and emotional learning. Both of these courses they have 2 credits, which means total of 3 periods in 1 week, 1 lecture and 2 practical. So I'll request Dr. Anubha and Ms. Rijna. They will give you more details about these course objectives and learning outcomes.
Thank you, Dr. Dipti. Good evening, fellow colleagues and the students. The ethics and culture, as you all know, the ethics and culture are important part of forming a successful organization with satisfied and loyal team members. So this course will provide you useful insights regarding ethics and culture. And this value-added course has 4 units. First unit covers basic ethics, and second unit covers the role of intelligence, reason and emotions, and unit third cover cultivating inner values, and last unit, that is the 4th unit, how to strive for a better world. And the learning objective of this course is this paper will help the students to explore their ethical and cultural dimensions of their lives, and to give the students an opportunity to express themselves and to help them in decision making, and to cultivate ethical values and participate in creation of a very good society, healthy society on the based on acceptance, compassion and justice. So this is a very wonderful course, and there will be 2 credit, as ma'am said earlier. There will be 1 theory lecture and 2 practicals, and the practical component will be group discussions, poster making, observation methods and different problem solving methods and different other methods also. So this course will provide you understanding of ethics and our culture.
Okay. Sir, next slide. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so the subject that we are offering for value-added course is social and emotional learning. The credits for this course is 2. The learning objectives of this course is to develop social and emotional awareness in students and initiate them towards personal and their social well-being, and also to create an awareness towards themselves, the other people, environment, and their harmonious coexistence. So, based on these learning objectives, the syllabus and the course structure is set in such a way that these units will be covering various emotions like self-awareness, happiness, how to be mindful, how to be grateful towards whatever we have in life. And also the units 3 and 4 would be covering self-image, status, self-worth. And unit 4 would be covering lifestyle choices, including stress management, which is very important nowadays. And the learning objective of this paper is to develop sensitivity, empathy, compassion, connect, and emotional evolution towards discriminatory practices. The learning outcomes of this course would be that students will be able to become aware of oneself and the society. And it's very important that, while working rigorously on the professional front, we tend to somehow ignore the personal aspect of our lives and be grateful for what we have. So, in order to make informed lifestyle choices and developing empathy, compassion, being kind towards others, and sensitivity towards discriminatory practices, and also exploring possible solutions for all these things. The last thing, which is the practical component for this course, we will be focusing on the role plays, healthy discussions, and it's very important nowadays that we journal everything, because irrespective of whether it's a student, an employee, it's very important to journal and be more organized. So we'll be focusing on journaling everything. And to make it more interesting, we can also organize a film screening based on the suggestions of the students, because brainstorming is very important. And as we know that the class in a class, two-way interaction is very important, so suggestions are always welcome. And I would encourage the students, irrespective of the course, to come for this course, and you all are welcome, and thank you.
Next, from Department of Commerce.
Respected principal sir, dear colleagues and my dear students, a very good morning to all of you. I am Misha Sabrin from Department of Commerce. So the Department of Commerce is offering financial literacy as a value added course this semester. So I will explain what financial literacy is. So literacy means to have competence or knowledge of a specified area. So by financial literacy, we mean acquiring knowledge and competence about financial skills like savings, investment, budgeting and taxation. इसको हम ऐसे समझ सकते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपकी फैमिली इनकम है तो उसमें से आप क्या करते हैं, आप उसके लिए एक बजट प्रिपेयर करते हैं, तो उसमें आप डिसाइड करते हैं एक्सपेंडिचर कितना होगा, सेविंग्स कितनी होंगी, फिर वो जो सेविंग्स होंगी वो किस पर्पस के लिए होगी, इमरजेंसी के लिए है या फिर कोई फैमिली इवेंट के लिए, एंड उस सेविंग से क्या आप इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं, अगर इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं तो क्या क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज आपके पास हैं, किन किन इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोडक्ट्स में आप इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, और इन केस अगर आपके पास सेविंग्स नहीं है और शॉर्टेज है तो आप कहाँ से फंड्स बोरो कर सकते हैं और उस डेट को आप कैसे मैनेज कर सकते हैं। ऑल्सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपके लिए क्या क्या लाइफ कौन कौन से इंश्योरेंसेस अवेलेबल हैं, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, नॉन लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, उनके क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स हैं, क्या क्या टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस हैं, कैसे डिसाइड करना है कि कौन सी इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी आपके लिए बेटर होगी, इनकम टैक्स क्या होता है, इनकम टैक्स हम कैसे फाइल कर सकते हैं, इनकम टैक्स पे करके आप कैसे कंट्री की वेलफेयर के लिए कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, और कैसे ही और साथ ही आप कैसे टैक्स सेविंग्स अवेल कर सकते हैं, तो ये सब हम इस पेपर में पढ़ने वाले हैं। As we know that financial activities are very important part of our lives, so I think I would say that financial literacy is a life skill, और हम सबको ये life skill सीखनी चाहिए for our financial well-being. So I'll quickly give you the details of the course structure. So this paper has 2 credits, 1 lecture, 1 practical. and the total paper is of 80 marks, out of which 30 is for theory exam, 20 marks का आपका practical है, 10 for viva and 10 for continuous assessment. Then who should opt for this paper? So this paper is open to all the students, and also I would like to mention that we have already floated this paper in the previous semester as well. तो जिन students ने इसे previous semester में लिया था वो अब दोबारा इसको opt नहीं कर सकते हैं. Also I would suggest कि commerce और BMS के students इसको opt ना करें, क्योंकि इसमें जो भी topics हैं वो सारे topics आप अपने main papers में पढ़ेंगे तो सारे topics आपके overlap हो जाएंगे. So it's better कि आप कुछ नई skill learn करें. Fine. So now moving on to the learning objectives. So the learning objectives are to make you familiar with the different aspects of financial literacy, such as savings, investment, taxation, and insurance, and to understand the relevance and process of financial planning, and to promote the financial well-being. So the syllabus is, there are 4 units. Unit 1 is about financial planning and financial products. Unit 2 is banking and digital payments. Unit 3 is investment planning and management. And Unit 4 is personal taxation. So now talking about the practical exercises. तो हम डमी पोर्टफोलियोज बनाएंगे, उसमें इन्वेस्ट करेंगे और उनके रिटर्न्स को ट्रैक करेंगे, तो इससे हम इन्वेस्टमेंट सीखेंगे. हम ई फाइलिंग ऑफ ITR करेंगे, उसके साथ साथ हम बाकी प्रैक्टिकल एक्सरसाइजेज भी करेंगे. एंड ऑल्सो आई वुड लाइक टू मेंशन, जैसे कि पिछले सेमेस्टर में हमने एक रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट किया था जिसमें हमने फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी सर्वे किया था. तो सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने अपने लोकेलिटी में सर्वे किया था और दे कुड फाइंड आउट कि क्या फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी लेवल है लोगों का अराउंड यू. सो दिस विल बी अ इंटरेस्टिंग एक्सरसाइज. तो हम ये भी रिपीट कर सकते हैं इस सेमेस्टर में. So I would say that this paper will be very beneficial and interesting for all of you. So I welcome all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next from Department of Environmental Studies.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible, Sandeep sir?
Yes.
Audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Swagata from Department of Environmental Studies. For this semester, the value addition course offered by Department of Environmental Studies. Next slide, please. Ecology and literature. Ecology, this VAC is about 2 credit, 1 for lecture, 1 for practical. That means 3 hours per week. So first of all, the eco-literature is your eco-literature includes the whole spectrum of literacy work, including fiction, poetry, and criticism, which lay stress on ecological issues. So learning objectives of this course are as follows: to educate the students about the critical environmental and ecological crisis, the need to reduce our carbon footprint, and the rapidly disappearing and severely damaged natural reserves, and to raise ecological awareness among the students, which will result in more responsible ecological behavior. Also to consider how plays, novels, and poems have brought up environmental issues. So the learning outcomes are this course will highlight the urgency of environmental crisis, making students more conscious about the environmental problems, and also role in each one of us, which we can play in this regard. The students will train to environmental sensitivity and responsible ecological behavior, and students will be encouraged to respond to the incidents of habitat destruction, deforestation, etc., and to realize the need for our urgent intervention. The syllabus contains 3 units. Unit 1, negotiating environmental issues creatively, in which it includes William Wordsworth's In April Beneath the Scented Thorns, and Rabindranath Tagore's The Waterfall, G.V. Patel's On Killing a Tree. The unit 2 is eco-critical literacy representation, Mary Oliver's Sleeping in the Forest, A.K. Ramanujan's A Flowering Tree, M. Dye's Small Town and the River. And unit 3, empathetic exploration and imaginative reenactments, in which it contains your Amitabh Ghosh Climate Change and Unthinkable, and Thang James Volcano You Cannot Erupt, and Color of the Wind from the Dancing Earth. So the practical, some of the practical components are field visit to a school or slum in the neighborhood area to share narrate the stories, poems, articulate the ideas engaging within the classroom lecture. Also, organize a tree plantation drive in and around the college campus and adopt a sapling each in the college premises in their neighborhood to take care of. Any other practicals or or practices as decide from time to time. So I would like to thank Principal Sir and the college for providing this platform for the Department of Environmental Studies for SEC, VAC and GE courses. Thank you all.
From Department of History.
Good evening, respected Principal Sir, dear colleagues and students. So myself Rohit Kumar, and I'm offering culture and communication on the behalf of Department of History. Next slide, please. So culture as a major component of society forms the context and framework for the communication. So this paper will introduce the student with the multiple forms of communication and their culture context by largely focusing on its historical sites as well as contemporary state. Next slide, please. So this paper is of 2 credits. So 1 credit of lecture, which means 1 hour of teaching, and 1 credit for the practical. So which include 2 hours of teaching. So the evaluation method of this paper includes end semester theory exam of 30 marks, internal assessment of 10 marks, continuous assessment of 10 marks, and practical exam of 20 marks, and Viva 10, and total marks of this paper will be 80. So next slide, please. So this paper basically aimed to explore the historical and contemporary dimensions of the traditional Indian values and ideas and their contemporary relevance. And it also aimed to understand the significance of traditional Indian communication skills and their integrity into the modern Indian lifestyle. And it will also aim to develop the writing, reading, and analytical skill by particularly focusing particularly for understanding the historical construct and the historicity of core values of Indian tradition. So the teaching method of this paper, like the previous course which has been offered by Department of History, include the PowerPoint presentation for every class, and it will also try to enlighten the student to the group discussion and social surveys in order to understand the significance of traditional Indian ideas in the contemporary times. So it will also include the site visit, particularly museum, in order to understand, in order to get the comprehensive view about the rich Indian heritage and culture. So the classroom will be very democratic and independent based on the questionnaires and question answer session. Next slide, please. So in the first semester, the course which was offered by Department of History, Ethics and Values in Ancient India, it basically focused on it basically introduced the student with the diverse theme of literature by focusing on primary sources as well. So we have adopted the PPT method, and we have shown the multiple documentaries and short movies which were based on the Upnishadic tales in order to enlighten and broaden the understanding of students about the ancient Indian philosophical ideas and tradition. So yes, Binder.
Okay, thank you. Now from Department of Physical Education.
Good morning to principal, sir, teachers and students. Myself, Dr. Vishal Goswami, Department of Physical Education. Physical Education offering Fit India and VAC. Total number of credit 2. Both are practical. Total number of marks 80. Distribution of the marks: continuous evolution 20 marks, practical examination 40, Viva 20 marks. Objective of the paper: to encourage the students in sports and yoga, understand the importance of balanced diet, build skill for self-discipline, self-confidence, cooperation, and teamwork. Also promote fitness. Learning outcome of the paper: adopting healthy lifestyle, knowledge of the nutrition, diet, develop self-esteem, confidence, and team spirit. In syllabus, there are 4 units. Unit 1, participation in physical activity. In this unit, we learn about aerobic workout, yoga, asana, and pranayam. In second unit, health related to fitness and their components. In this unit, we'll learn about muscular strength, endurance, body composition, and flexibility. In third unit, we learn about nutrition and fitness. Also, in this unit, we'll learn about healthy eating plate, balanced diet, calorie content of food. In fourth unit, psycho physio aspects of fitness. In this unit, we learn about sports physiology, psychology, depression, anxiety, and stress skill. Thank you.
Now, Department of Political Science, Dr. Vijay.
Good evening, everyone. The paper which we are now introduced in VAC is the Gandhi and the education. As everyone is familiar that Gandhi's role is very relevant in every sphere of life, whether it is the issue of non-violence, or whether it is the issue of environment, or whether it is the issue of local government. So this paper basically focus on developing the moral and the character development of the people in the society so that they can understand the problems of the society in a better way. It also tried to analyze the importance of the vocational education. What is the role of the vocational education, how it helps in the rural development, as India is the country of villages according to Mahatma Gandhi. Further, this will also try to analyze the role of the native language in the education, as native language is very important in understanding the education. This paper also basically try to relate the NEP with the Mahatma Gandhi's view of education. Next slide, please. Yeah. So for, the outcome of this, please show the course outcome slide. Yeah. So the outcome of this paper, what the student will learn from this, the students will try to understand the problems of the society in a better way. They can basically try to solve the problems like the violence, like the problem of inequality, like the problem of power distribution in the society in a better way. And the students will also try to use their mother tongue in the education. They will also basically become familiar about the various issues which are very important in the globalization era, like the one nation, like the entire world is a one family. Next slide, please. Yeah, the paper is of 2 credit, as we know, and it is of 3 units. And 3 units, number 1 unit deal with the Gandhi's philosophy and education, where we will deal with the very important issues like the Gandhi's thought on swachhta, hygiene, and importance of health and cleanliness. And the second unit, here we will also deal with the Gandhi's experiment with the education, as Gandhi always tried to use everything with experiment. So Gandhi's thought about the primary education and adult education, here we will analyze this. And the third unit, which will deal with the vocational education and how we will make the how we will relate the education with job creation, and people will become self-sufficient so that we can improve our society and we can also solve the economic issues. So the paper is divided into 2 parts, 1 lecture and 2 hours of practice. The practice, we will include various methods like group discussion, debates, and analysis and projects also. This we will, this I will inform in the class. So this is a very interesting, very relevant paper. I hope students will definitely opt this. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Next from Department of Computer Science.
Thank you, Sandeep, sir. Good evening, respected principal, sir, all the faculty members, and dear students. I am Sakshi from Department of Computer Science. Department of Computer Science is offering two value-added courses this session. First one is our emotional intelligence. I'm talking about emotional intelligence. As we know, students, after COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of anger issues, stress, and anxiety cases has increased a lot. And emotional intelligence, sir, we can go to next slide. This course is of one lecture and one practical, that is of 2 credit. Emotional intelligence is known as the emotional quotient, that is an ability to understand, use and manage your own emotions in a positive way to relieve your stress and communicate effectively. As a student or professional, we need to learn good communication skills, how you deal with other people, how you behave with other people. Students, you will definitely face a lot of conflicts when you go to your professional career and your real life aspects. So having a high emotional intelligence will help you in your future aspects and like interviews, communication and speech deliverability. There is an old quote that if you know yourself, only then you can understand the other person as well. After joining this course, you will definitely learn how to build effective relationship and work on your self-growth and how you will be more gracious and communicate effectively. Right? So next slide, please. And the learning objective of this course will work on the concepts of emotional intelligence, models and components. Self-growth and building effective relationships will be there, and various measures of emotional intelligence we will learn. Self-awareness, self-management, we will definitely learn and gain insights on establishing positive relationship. Best part of this paper is that this course is open to all. कोई भी join कर सकता है. All students are welcome. And so students, if you are welcome to join this course for more self-awareness and self-growth. In the syllabus, we are going to learn 4 units. First unit, that is fundamental of emotional intelligence. Various models of emotional intelligence will be built using various techniques. After that, we will work on the personal competence, how you can know your strength and being more self-aware, and how you do self-management and manage your emotions, anxiety, fear, and anger. After that, we will work on your social competence by various practical methods, by various group discussions, various brainstorming sessions, and you will learn how to how to bring your best communication in front of someone. And we will make teamwork, conflict management, and we will work on case studies. After that, 4th unit will be for measures of emotional intelligence. In this word, in this digital area, if you will say having a high emotional intelligence is the best thing that you can do. And various strategies we will learn to enhance our emotional intelligence. And this, the practical component that will be of 2 hours, we will practice self-management techniques to regulate our emotions, like how to have our peaceful mind, how to relax responses, and how to set some boundaries up beside ourselves. After that, we will learn to display the empathy, to bring out the best communication, and to work in a teamwork and conflict resolutions. Thank you, students. Next course by our Department of Computer Science is Digital Empowerment. Now I want to hand over to Ms. Manisha. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Sakshi. A very good evening to respected principal, sir, my dear colleagues and dear students. I am Manisha Vadva from Department of Computer Science, and I will be teaching you digital empowerment. Next slide. So this value-added course, digital empowerment, is of 2 credit course, and there are no prerequisites for the course. Now, first of all, moving upon to the term digital empowerment, as all of you are aware that we are living in an era, modern era, which is digital and going more and more digital day by day. So it's very important for all of us to be empowered digitally. So in this course, we'll not just make you aware about the digital world, we'll also try to empower you digitally. So moving upon to the learning objectives of the slide of the course, will make you understand about the digital world and the need of digital empowerment. We'll let you know about the digital India. We'll let you know about the how to one should explore, communicate and collaborate in cyberspace. आज की डेट में आप सब लोग यू आर यूजिंग सोशल मीडिया, सो कितना सेफ है आप लोगों के लिए सोशल मीडिया पर डेटा पोस्ट करना, कैसे करना चाहिए, कैसे आप लोगों को कोलैबोरेट करना है, क्या क्या थ्रेट्स हैं डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में, क्या थ्रेट्स हैं जो आपको फाइनेंशियली, एथिकली या लीगली हार्म कर सकते हैं, आप इन साइबर अटैक से, डेटा ब्रीचेस से कैसे बच सकते हैं, क्या क्या टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं, क्या क्या सिक्योरिटी इनिशिएटिव्स गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने लिए हैं. We'll be learning about all this in this subject, and we'll be learning about cyber security and safety and what is the difference between online privacy, online security. So moving to the next slide. Learning outcome would be, so at the end, after learning this course, you will be able to use the digital services such as DigiLocker. You will be more aware about eKranti. You will be using you will be using and be more aware about e-Pathshala, e-hospital, Swayam, NPTL, etc. You will be able to learn about you will be able to follow net etiquettes, which are basically the etiquettes one should follow using social media, internet, and while doing communication online. You will be aware about the Cyber Dost, Cyber Swachhta Kendra, which are the security initiatives taken by our government of India. We'll be also making you aware about the latest technologies such as
Manisha, are you there?
I think there was some technical glitch, ma'am. Can I continue? To develop the skills, to develop the skills and communicate in a collaborative in a cyberspace world, like social platforms, you need the digital communication techniques. And after learning digital empowerment, you will learn how you can work in a secure and a private environment, like we are doing. For an example, in a day life routine, we are doing Google Pay, Paytm, BHIM apps. We are using on a day-by-day basis. I think everyone is using at least 10 times, but we are not safe in the digital world.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. You can
Yeah,
continue.
actually there was some network issue.
Okay. I continued, but you can continue.
Yeah, so I was telling you that why one should opt for the subject is the reason being, as I already told, that one should be digitally empowered in this world, right? And आप लोगों को as a student ये पता होना चाहिए कि आप जब social media पर कुछ share कर रहे हैं तो वो data will be existing permanently there. तो आपको कैसे data share करना है नहीं करना है, कितना safe hai. So we'll be telling you everything about this, so which will empower you digitally and you can in turn empower your family and friends. So can I have the next slide? So this is about the syllabus, as I have already discussed. So we'll be having 4 units. Digital inclusion and digital empowerment will be the first unit, which will be talking about DigiLocker, e-hospital, e-Pathshala, which I discussed already. Then we'll be learning about how to communicate and collaborate in cyberspace. Then third module covers how to use safe and secure cyber world, and the last is ethical issues in the digital world, which will be telling you that what all ethics you should follow while you are using digital world. So thank you all of you.
From Department of Hindi.
थैंक यू संदीप. आवाज सुनाई दे रही है मेरी?
हाँ जी सर.
आदरणीय प्राचार्य महोदय, अन्य प्राध्यापकगण और प्रिय विद्यार्थियों, वैक के अंतर्गत हिंदी विभाग साहित्य संस्कृति और सिनेमा नाम का पेपर जो है वो ऑफर कर रहा है। यह पेपर जो है 2 क्रेडिट का है और 3 इसमें यूनिट हैं। इस प्रश्न पत्र का मुख्य उद्देश्य यही है कि हमारा विद्यार्थी विज्ञान, गणित और अन्य विषयों के साथ-साथ वह सामाजिक सांस्कृतिक रूप से भी काफ़ी सशक्त हो और उसकी सामाजिक भागीदारी भी सुनिश्चित हो। इसका सामाजिक पहलू ये भी है कि आज का समाज इतना जटिल समाज है और ऐसे समाज में हमें उन तमाम माध्यमों का चुनाव करना है जो हमें नैतिक रूप से काफ़ी मजबूत बनाने में सहायता दे सके। इसके लिए किसी न किसी एक ऐसे माध्यम की आवश्यकता थी जिसे हमारा यह पेपर साहित्य, संस्कृति और सिनेमा जो है वो पूरा करता है। इसकी पहली यूनिट जो है वो सामान्य है कि साहित्य, संस्कृति और सिनेमा के बीच में क्या संबंध है और इसके माध्यम से विद्यार्थी जो है न केवल हमारी समृद्ध भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा के माध्यम से इतिहास, संस्कृति और उसमें निहित जीवन मूल्यों को समझ सकेगा, वह इसके साथ-साथ भारत को वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की भावना के साथ में कैसे जोड़ा जाता है, उन बुनियादी कारकों को भी समझ पाने में सक्षम होगा। हम देखते हैं कि अक्सर जो सिनेमा होता है, जो साहित्य होता है, उसको हम एक सामान्य बोध के तरीके से न देखते हैं, न सुनते हैं। हमारे अंदर ये कलात्मक गुण मौजूद होना चाहिए कि एक पोएट्री हमें कैसे आनंद दे सकती है, कैसे हमें उसको पढ़ना चाहिए, किस शब्द के ऊपर ज़्यादा जोर देना चाहिए, कहाँ पर ठहराव करना चाहिए। यानी कि पोएट्री जो है एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट की तरह होती है और निश्चित रूप से वह हमारे अंदर रचनात्मक गुणों को पैदा करती है। इसी तरह से हमें जब भी सिनेमा देखना होता है, तो हम उसके जो सांस्कृतिक चिन्ह हैं, उनको पहचान नहीं पाते। इसलिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जब हम सामाजिक भागीदारी के कुछ रूपों के साथ में जुड़ते हैं, कुछ रिचुअल होते हैं, कुछ हमारी परंपराएँ होती हैं, तो हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपनी संस्कृति को इन्हीं माध्यमों से पहचान पाने में कामयाब होंगे। सिनेमा का जहाँ तक संबंध है, सिनेमा में हम ज़्यादातर ये सोचते हैं और हमारी ये धारणा भी बनी रहती है कि जब भी हम फ़िल्में देखते हैं, तो हमें अपना दिमाग घर पर छोड़ कर के जाना चाहिए। नहीं, ये गलत है। हमें अपना दिमाग अपने साथ में रखना चाहिए, तभी हम एक अच्छे सिनेमा का आनंद ले सकते हैं। क्योंकि समानांतर सिनेमा जो होता है, जिसको आप क्लासिकल सिनेमा बोलते हैं, वो अधिकतर हमारी साहित्यिक कृतियों पर आधारित सिनेमा होता है। आप देखते होंगे, आपको याद भी होगा कि आनंद मठ जैसी फ़िल्में, तीसरी कसम, रजनीगंधा, पद्मावत, ये हमारी साहित्यिक कृतियों पर आधारित सिनेमा है। न केवल हमें अपनी संस्कृति से ये परिचित कराती हैं, बल्कि जो कॉन्सेप्ट भारतीय संस्कृति को पूरी दुनिया में श्रेष्ठ साबित करता है कि वसुधैव कुटुंबकम ये कैसे तैयार हुआ, जब हमारे देश में न्याय, सामाजिक समरसता, सत्य, अहिंसा, सदाचरण जैसे मूल्यों की स्थापना हुई, तब जाकर के हमारा देश जो है वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की भावना को साकार करने में कामयाब हुआ। इसी तरह से हिंदी सिनेमा जो है हमारी सांस्कृतिक मूल्यों की एक बहुत बड़ी विरासत है। मदर इंडिया, पूर्व और पश्चिम, हम आपके हैं कौन, टॉयलेट एक प्रेम कथा, ये मात्र फिल्में नहीं हैं, बल्कि हमारे सांस्कृतिक रूप हैं, हमारी प्रस्तुतियों के बेहतर माध्यम हैं। तो हमें अधिकतर जो है इन साहित्यिक माध्यमों को समझना होगा और तभी जाकर के जो है हम एक बेहतर जो है आधार बना पाएंगे। विद्यार्थियों को जो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा विद्यार्थी जो साइंस कॉमर्स स्ट्रीम से जुड़े हैं, निश्चित रूप से यह पेपर जो है उनको रिफाइन करने में मदद करेगा, उनको तनाव मुक्त करेगा और ऐसे में उनका जो रचनात्मक कौशल है वो कई गुना ज्यादा जो है प्रभावी सिद्ध होगा। इसलिए अपनी प्रस्तुतियों को बेहतर बनाने के लिए हमें कोई ना कोई ऐसा कलात्मक गुण अपने अंदर विकसित करना चाहिए जो डेफिनेटली जो है हमारे व्यक्तित्व को और ज्यादा ऊंचाइयां प्रदान करता है। अंत में मैं अपने तमाम विद्यार्थियों से ये अपेक्षा करता हूं, और ये किसी शैक्षणिक संस्था का भी बहुत बड़ा सपना होता है कि उसका विद्यार्थी अपने मुख्य विषयों में ही को मतलब दक्ष ना हो, बल्कि उसके अंदर सामाजिक मूल्यों का भी निरंतर विकास होता चले और उसका मनोबल हमेशा बना रहना चाहिए। ये किसी भी शैक्षणिक संस्थान के लिए बहुत बड़ी बात होती है। इसलिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा मेरा ये मानना है कि विज्ञान जैसे विषयों से जुड़े हुए विद्यार्थी अपने आप को रिफाइन करने के लिए डेफिनेटली जो है ये पेपर उनकी मदद करेगा। धन्यवाद।
हम थोड़ा सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि थोड़ा सा अपने आप को रिस्ट्रिक्ट करें, थोड़ा समय कम लें, क्योंकि अभी जी के कोर्सेज भी बाकी है।
ओके मैम, मैं वैक 2 के बारे में बताऊंगा। आदरणीय प्रिंसिपल सर, उपस्थित शिक्षकगण एवं विद्यार्थियों सभी को मेरा यथायोग्य अभिवादन। मैं दिनकर सिंह हिंदी विभाग से हूं और आप एक दूसरे वैक पेपर पंचकोश के बारे में बहुत संक्षेप में बताऊंगा। वैक पेपर का डिजाइन ही इस बात के लिए किया गया कि हमारे चरित्र के गुणों का विकास कर सकें, और व्यक्तित्व के अनेक पहलू हैं। आपका एक शारीरिक पहलू है, आपका एक आध्यात्मिक पहलू है, तो इन सभी पहलुओं को ध्यान में रख करके रेशनल थिंकिंग, करुणा जिसको हम कंपैशन कहते हैं, आपकी लॉजिकल रीजनिंग, इन सबके साथ साथ आपकी क्रिएटिविटी को कैसे विकसित किया जा सके, इसके लिए पंचकोश पेपर हमारे बीच आया है। और ये पेपर बेसिकली ये कॉन्सेप्ट तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद का है जो वेदों के हिस्सा है, और ये कॉन्सेप्ट वहीं से आया है कि 5 शरीर में 5 आवरण हैं, 5 लेयर्स हैं, जिनको पंचकोश के नाम से हम जानते हैं, और उसकी पूरी डिटेल व्याख्या हम तो सिलेबस में बाद में करेंगे आपके साथ। बेसिकली 5 कोश जो है वो उनके नाम मैं केवल बता देता हूँ आपको। अन्नमय कोश, ये सबसे पहली लेयर है, जो हम खाते हैं उसी से हमारा शरीर बनता है। फिर प्राणमय कोश, जिसमें प्राण कहते हैं संस्कृत में ऑक्सीजन को, तो सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम, रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, बहुत सारे जो आप साइंस में सिस्टम पढ़े हैं बेसिकली उसी को एक दूसरे शब्दों में यहाँ पे रखा गया है। इसके बाद मनोमय कोश, जो मन की शक्ति है, माइंड, जिसको आप समझ लीजिए आपकी आंख, कान, नाक, जीभ, त्वचा, ये सब इसमें है। जैसे शरीर का भोजन अन्न है, वैसे ही प्राण या कह लीजिए आपके प्राण का भोजन ऑक्सीजन युक्त हवा है, उसी तरह मन का भोजन अच्छे सात्विक विचार हैं। तो मन, बुद्धि और शरीर के बीच बहुत गहरा संबंध है, उसकी छानबीन इसमें की गई है। विज्ञान में कोश आपकी बुद्धि से संबंधित है, आपके चिंतन की क्षमता कैसे बढ़ाई जाए, तर्कसंगत निर्णय आप ले सके, जो आपके मन को नहीं पसंद हो लेकिन अंततः वो आपके लिए लाभप्रद होगा, ऐसे निर्णय लेने की क्षमता विज्ञान में कोश के बढ़ने से बढ़ती है। और आखिरी आनंदमय कोश, जो जीवन का लक्ष्य है कि पूरी दुनिया में आनंद फैले, वही यहाँ पर है। जो सबसे भीतरी लेयर है आपके मन की, आपके शरीर की, वो अंतरतम है, मोस्ट इनर लेयर जो है, वो इसमें इच्छाएं होती हैं। अगर इन सभी कोशों का हम बाकी चारों का विकास करें तो ये अपने आप विकसित होती है, और तब इंटरनल और एक्सटर्नल जो वर्ल्ड है वो दोनों एक, उसमें एक हार्मनी हो जाती है। तो आंतरिक और बाह्य जगत के बीच एक सद्भाव पैदा होता है, और उससे हम एक आनंद की अनुभूति करते हैं। तो कुल मिलाकर के इसमें यही पेपर में बात की गई है। अंत में बस एक बात और कह दूंगा कि उपनिषदों को आत्मा का या चेतना को व्यक्तित्व के केंद्र में माना गया है, और उसी चेतना का शाश्वत और जो कभी नहीं बदलता है, अपरिवर्तनशील पक्ष है। और इससे व्यक्तित्व को शारीरिक रूप से ही नहीं हम समझ सकते हैं, जो व्यक्ति का आध्यात्मिक पक्ष है, जो मन है आपका, वो भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। और इस पेपर में उसको एड्रेस ज्यादा किया गया है। इस पेपर को पढ़ने से आप अपने व्यक्तित्व को समझ पाएंगे, और अपने व्यक्तित्व को निश्चित रूप से आप बेहतर बना पाएंगे, और शायद हम एक खुशनुमा विद्यार्थी और खुशनुमा दुनिया को बना पाएंगे। इस पेपर को फ्लोट करने के पीछे हिंदी विभाग का यही मकसद है। हम कितने कामयाब हो पाएंगे ये आने वाले दिनों में हमें पता चलेगा। बाकी इवैल्यूएशन की बातें और बाकी बातों के लिए हम लोग कॉलेज में भी बात कर सकते हैं। संक्षेप में इतना ही, धन्यवाद।
From Department of Microbiology, Professor.
Thank you, Sandeep. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I am Prerna Diwan from the Department of Microbiology. So we are offering this VAC, Art of Being Happy, in collaboration with the Department of Geology. So we all experience happiness, the very feeling of joy and well-being when we see around us, there are, different, what do you call, times when we feel happy, we feel sad. So there is something which is called inner happiness. So we should look for that inner happiness. And a lot of research these days are focusing on happiness. And we heard about a curriculum in school also, which is about happiness. So what does this all research says and tells us is that the happy people are more productive, more smart, healthier, they have more friends, and they can cope with stress, and they are stronger. And so we should be happy. And so we should look for how we can be happy. Next slide. So why you should be taking this course? You can consider this as a breather. You are studying all in-depth the core courses in your discipline. So this could be a breather for you, which you should enjoy this course, and in turn also gain a lot from this course. So many times we face stress, anxiety. So we can learn through this course the tools and strategies to manage our emotions, how we can have our overall well-being. Then the research studies also show that the students who are happier, they also do better in their academics. So you can improve your academics. Then this is a life skill where you can develop self-awareness, positive thinking. So these qualities will take you, you will require these qualities when you grow professionally. And then all companies, all employers nowadays, they seek strong emotional intelligence in the candidates they interview. So you should learn this, because this will help you maintain positive relationships. And if you have maintained such relationships, you can be a good team worker. Next slide. So after doing this course, the students will be able to evaluate the factors which give them happiness. What all makes you happy, and how it translates into community life. Also, you can develop healthy relationships with those around you. And you can also, appreciate the Indian culture and philosophy in this regard. You can also relate to the sustainable development practices and what is the need of the planet also, and also apply all these concepts to what we call as Anand at the personal level. Next slide. The course has two components, a theory component and a practical component. In theory component, you will learn about the definition of happiness and what are factors, what are the theories of happiness, and as Dr. Dinkar just mentioned about the Panchakosh, that you will learn. And then what is the cultural context of happiness and the theories, and what is the global concept of happiness, and what are the indicators, and which countries have a high ranking in terms of happiness, and so on. The practical component will include various types of surveys, which will focus on the positive aspects, and visits, fieldwork, and the sessions that on activities which will make you happy. Next slide. Over to Sunila.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. So I am Sunila Huda from Department of Microbiology, and we are offering this paper, Yoga, Philosophy and Practice, jointly with Department of Statistics. Professor Seema Gupta from Statistics will be sharing this paper with me. The benefits of yoga are well known to all of us, and we know that it increases flexibility, improves the posture, it prevents the injury, and leads to a happier lifestyle. This paper will help students to understand and work towards the holistic fitness. The learning objectives of this particular course are to learn the fundamentals of yoga for harmonizing the body, mind, and emotions, to demonstrate the values and practice of holistic living, and to value the heritage of yoga for ourselves and for the society. So the course will help students to get familiarize themselves with the yogic theory and philosophy, and put that philosophy into the practice. in all stages of their lives, whether they are understanding the consciousness through the practical training or they are learning how to calm their mind using the meditation approach. Next slide, please. So the syllabus for this course is divided into 3 units. Unit 1 is talking about the concepts of asanas, pranayama and dhyana. Then unit 2 will concentrate on Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and the energy chakras. And unit 3 will be the practical aspect, which is understanding of asanas and pranayam. And in this particular paper, we have a practical component 2 of 1 credit. So the basic asanas, simple selected asanas, which can be performed by everyone, will be practiced as part of the practical component. Surya Namaskar stages, then the Anulom Vilom breathing exercises, which you do as alternate nostril breathing exercises, and simple relaxation exercises for the eyes as well as neck. We will also plan small project works under the practical component, like effect of meditation for 15 minutes if you do regularly. What effect will it have on the breathing pattern or breathing system, or such similar kind of projects can be planned as part of the practical component. Next slide. Yeah, please skip the slides. I have shared a new copy. This one also. These are talking about the concepts of yoga, asana, and nadi shodh pranayam. So the benefits of yoga, we all know, which are touching every aspect of ourselves: physical aspect, mental aspect, spiritual, as well as the emotional aspect. And I believe that this particular course will help you to achieve holistic fitness for all, and it will be helpful to you in this stage as well as in your later stages too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next is from Department of Mathematics, Dr. Basant.
Sandeep, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is Basant Kumar Mishra from Department of Mathematics. And under value addition courses, we are now this time we are offering Vedic Mathematics 2. Well, we all know that mathematics is a universal language. It is required in each and every field, whether it's humanities, commerce, or science. यदि मैं एक लेमैन लैंग्वेज में बोलूं तो एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी और रोजगार के बाजार में ये वो गेट कीपर की तरह है जिसके परमिशन के बाद ही आप अंदर प्रवेश कर सकते हैं. You can choose any field like UPSC, PCS, banking, CGL, CAT, MCA. At every places you will have to face mathematics related examination, either direct paper or quantitative aptitude test. So what happens that students attend those papers but are not able to perform pretty well just because ऐसा नहीं है कि बच्चे नहीं जानते, but time constraint is very important. वहां पे होता है कि within time limit they are not able to solve, जिसके कारण कट ऑफ वाले में इश्यू आता है. So the question is how quickly and accurately we can calculate values in no time. So through Vedic mathematics, we are trying to improve your mathematical calculation, your logical thinking, your concept in mathematics, और जो सबसे बड़ी चीज है fear about mathematics. Maximum की मुझसे नहीं होगा. No, our Vedic era is very rich in calculation. उन लोगों ने calculation mentally calculation इतना ज्यादा प्रॉपर वे में किया हुआ है कि उसको आज भी यूज कर रहे हैं. As our previous speakers have said कि हम लोग वापस उस वैदिक एरा के चीजों को यूज कर रहे हैं और ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंप्रूव कर रहे हैं. Similarly in mathematics, they have 13 sub-sutras and 16 sutras. Through these sutras, they are able to solve each and every problem, most of the basic calculations, algebraic problem, or the geometrical problem with very with ease and much faster way than the modern calculations. So it is of 2 credits. One is for lecture and one is for practical one. The course objective is foster love for maths and remove its fear through Vedic mathematics, enhance your computational skills in students, develop logical and analytical thinking, promote joyful learning of mathematics. The learning outcomes will become just, yes, the fear of mathematics, improve your critical thinking, familiarity with a mathematical underpinning. Particularly in this paper, we will use the mental mathematics. Like in Vedic mathematics, we learned about how can we calculate 4-digit multiplication in no time. How can we square? How can we cube? How can we find out square root, cube root? That are a very common question of any competitive papers. लेकिन यदि आप उसको ट्रेडिशनल मेथड से करेंगे, it will take a lot of time. Through Vedic mathematics, within no time. So through this, we will improve your calculation skills. So far, curriculum units are concerned, we have contribution about Indian mathematics thing. What are the Vedic era mathematicians who have contributed? What are the sutras they have? Easy solution of linear equations, where we have left in Vedic mathematics 1. High-speed matrix algebra. Already discussed, so I'm not emphasizing on that. The scope is major thing. Actually, आज का जो समय है, ये आपको academic and employability इन दोनों को कनेक्ट करता है, और इसको कनेक्ट करने के 2 ऑप्शंस हैं, either the normal job or your startup. तो यदि normal job करते हैं, you require mathematical ability to clear your mathematical examination. So through this, we will enhance your computational skill. 16 sutra and 13 sub-sutras, we have already read 8 sutras like Ekadhiken Purvem, Adyam Adyen, Antyam Antyen through algebraic factorizations. It will improve your critical thinking and logical ability. It will improve your mental calculation. Particularly आप जो solving linear system of equation या matrices related problem है, you can do it in your mind within no time. So these are the major aspects, and मैं ये नहीं बोलूँगा we will develop a new skill. Value addition will treat like a additional supplement जो आप जानते हो, लेकिन how quickly you can do that, we will teach these things to you. Means जैसे कि आप जो प्रोटीन सप्लीमेंट होता है, ये आपकी एनर्जी को बढ़ाता है, आप कोई भी काम प्रॉपर्ली कर सकते हैं, योगा के थ्रू आप एनर्जाइज होते हो, तो थ्रू दिस आपकी कैलकुलेशन स्पीड काफी फास्ट होगी, आप काफी फास्ट कैलकुलेशन कर सकोगे, एंड विथ एज. So this is what about the Vedic mathematics 2. So far assessment is concerned, the internal assessment is of 25%, end-term examination that will be 25%, and practical aspect is 50%. So if you want to get rid of fear of mathematics and improve your calculation skills, and to get a new height in mathematics through competitive papers, you all are welcome. Thank you very much.
And also one more thing I want to add, only students who have opted Vedic Mathematics 1 in first semester can opt for Vedic Mathematics 2. So if you haven't
Yes, it was a prerequisite in the syllabus. Those who have taken that Vedic Mathematics 1 in semester 1, they can opt Vedic Mathematics 2.
Okay, now we will be starting with generic elective papers. So first from Department of Hindi Patrakarita एवं जनसंचार. Is anyone
Cindy?
present?
I think they suggested some other Gina later.
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. I don't think anyone is present from department, so we will come back to it.
The next one.
So the paper that will be offering Department of Hindi Patrakarita and Jansanchar is Film Studies. And now from Department of Management Studies.
A very good evening to everyone. I am Riyanka and I'll be presenting on the generic elective option of Department of Management Studies, which is Family Business Management. So a family business is a never-ending journey, one that is continually evolving. Just when you think you've got a handle on something, things change and you have to adapt quickly and efficiently. With this, I would like to highlight the learning objectives of this course. Students will develop an understanding of the dynamics of joining a family firm. They'll be able to explore and secure values and opportunities within the family business. And the learning outcomes are to understand the various concepts of family business, to be able to plan the growth and sustainability of family business, and to be able to describe the government support available for the businesses. Can we proceed to the next slide, please? So this generic elective will be covered through 4 units. Unit 1, as we can see, is family-owned business, which will cover the general definition, and also we will be able to highlight and learn about the great families and business development of building trust and commitment. Unit 2, which is diagnosing family entanglements, will be covering developing business families genogram to understand the family system. We'll also be covering family emotional intelligence and various models in family business in this unit. Unit 3, which is family-owned business and readiness, will cover the personal readiness and system readiness, focusing on the various different people involved in a family and what is their readiness stage. Unit 4 is the succession planning in family-owned business, wherein we'll be focusing on succession planning with advice to successors and successors and a discussion on the future of family businesses. So this is a great, this is a very good paper, and I would like to invite the interest of students towards this paper. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. The Department of Commerce is offering Communication and Management as generic elective in second semester. Communication and Management is a very relevant and useful paper, as communication is the essence of a good manager. As well as it is essential for all kind of job profiles. So आप कहीं भी job करें, communication तो essential है ही. The course structure of this paper is total credits are 4, 3 lectures and 1 tutorial will be held each week. Mark distribution will be 90 marks for end semester exams. Continuous assessment will be 40 marks. Internal assessment will be for 30 marks and total marks of 160. Who can opt for this paper? This paper is open only for the students who have passed G1.1 business organization, which was floated in first semester. Only those students are eligible for this paper. Next slide, please. The learning objective of this paper is to train students in written or communication, oral communication, as well as to introduce them and make them conversant in electronic media for communication also. The syllabus of this paper has 5 units. First unit is Introduction to Communication, where the meaning, importance, and types of different kinds of managerial communications will be discussed. Unit 2 is Listening. Only a good listener can be a good communicator. So in chapter 2, we will learn effective listening skills, which will help in effective communication. In unit 3rd, which is spoken and written communication, techniques of various kinds like telephonic conversation, web conferencing, etc. will be taught, as well as written communication will be also emphasized. You'll be taught how to write job applications, resume, etc., which are very important for your future job prospects. In Unit 4, group discussions and interviews, we will discuss various kind of group discussions, formal, informal, and also prepare you for interview skills. These skills are very essential and you should ace them because they will be highly useful for future job prospects. In Unit 5, meetings, email, business reports, and proposals, a very important function of management is considered, planning and conducting meetings. Also, how to write emails, minutes of the meeting, business reports, and proposals will be discussed in this unit. Apart from these theoretical chapters, we will be organizing practical exercises, like we will organize, the students will be asked to organize webinars, draft business letters. They will also participate in group discussions and mock interviews to make them job ready. And business proposal and reports, how to prepare them will also be taught. So this is a brief outline of this paper. Thank you.
Department of Computer Science.
I think no one is there. You can move on.
Hi. Hi, good evening, everyone. So the GE offered by our department is data analysis and visualization using Python. So can we move to the next slide, sir? So this is a 4-credit course as all GEs, where we have 3 lectures and 1 practical component. So 1 practical means 2 hours of practicals. So what are we doing in data analysis is, over the last 20 years, there has been a huge amount of data that has been available because of so much usage of the internet. तब इतना ज़्यादा data अब हमारे पास है, so what can we do with that? We need to find some trends. So क्या होगा? In this course, you will learn how to use real world data and analyze and interpret the results in the field of exploratory data science using Python. Again, we're using Python. This is an extension of the course which was offered by last semester, programming using Python. So in this sem, what we will do 2 very important things. We will see how we can find hidden trends in data, which are hidden patterns. जो आपके पास data available है, उसमें आप कैसे patterns निकालेंगे. दूसरा, you will see how to visualize them. We will learn some basic statistics and see how we can visualize the data. Can we go to the next slide, sir? These are examples of few of the various type of graphs that you can learn and how to plot them in Python. We will learn some libraries that are used in Python, by the help of which you can plot these type of graphs and many other graphs also. So this is the syllabus. As you can read, we will start with some basic statistics for Python, where you can learn how to do data analysis. And then moving on, we will be using 2 major libraries, which are NumPy and Pandas. So using these libraries, you will learn how to visualize data. So can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So first 2 units consist of data analysis, and the last 2 units will be consisting of data visualization, where you will learn how to make very beautiful plots using Python itself. Thank you.
Thanks from Department of Economics.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Vinay Kumar Yadav from Department of Economics. This semester, Department of Economics is offering a GE title Principle of Macroeconomics 1. This course is in continuation with the first sem GE course, which was Principle of Microeconomics, in which we studied about like economics at individual level, where we studied about household and firms, where we studied consumer theory and production theory and firm theory. While in macroeconomics, we'll be studying economics as a whole. Before moving to the learning objective and learning outcomes, the question comes to who can opt this course. This course is open to all, but it will be beneficial to all the students who have opted Principle of Microeconomics in the first sem, as well as all those students who want to pursue economics in their higher studies and wanted to give any kind of competitive exam. We can opt for this course. Coming to the learning objective and learning outcome, This course introduces various macroeconomics indicators like talking about national income, talking about unemployment, inflation, and the balance of payment. So after reading this course, you'll learn about the broad understanding of macroeconomic variables and their measurement issues like GDP, inflation, money supply, interest rate, and their interlinkages. It will also allow students to critically evaluate the various macroeconomic policies and their effects on output and interest rate in the economy. Next slide, sir. Yeah, the syllabus. In the syllabus, there are like 5 units. In unit 1, we'll talk about what is macroeconomics, what comes in the macroeconomics. In unit 2, we'll be studying how to calculate the national income of an economy and what are the other aggregates of national income like GDP, gross domestic product. In unit 3, we'll be doing the determination of GDP, various theories related to GDP. We'll be studying about the classical theories or Keynesian theories. And in unit 4, we'll be studying the national income determination when the economy is open to trade with the government intervention. And finally, in the unit 5, we'll be studying about the money, like what is money is, what are the various theories pertaining to money in a modern economy. Next slide. And the essential and recommended readings are like Blanchard, Fryan, and Dornbusch. All this reading will be considering for this course. Thank you.
Thank you. Now from Department of English, Ms. Pallavi.
Thank you, Sandeep sir. Respected principal sir, my esteemed colleagues, and my dear students. I am Pallavi Datta from the Department of English. The department has offered the paper Marginalities in Indian Writing, and there is no prerequisite for this course. This course will be of interest to anyone who is interested in Indian literature, social justice, and the diverse literary expressions of marginalized communities in India. Throughout this course, we will read a range of text including autobiography, short stories, poetries, and essays of both well-known and lesser-known writers. And we will analyze the historical and social context in which these works are produced and consider how they reflect and shape our understanding of Indian society, identity, and culture. So this course has a total of 4 credits, that is 3 lectures and 1 tutorial component. There is no practical component in this paper. Dear students, I will quickly introduce you to the 3 units of this paper. The first unit is on caste. Caste has been a recurring theme in Indian literature. This unit will explore the ways in which caste is represented in the works of writers, as you can see on the screen, like B.R. Ambedkar, Bama, Ajay Navaria, Aruna Gokulamanda, and explore how caste is portrayed in these works and how it intersects with other social categories such as gender, religion, class. Next slide. Okay. This unit is on disability, and this unit will explore the theoretical and practical aspects of disability studies, examining topics such as disability identity, disability rights, accessibility, intersectionality, and disability in popular culture. One Little Finger by Malini Chib, the former slide, please. So it is an autobiography included in this unit. It is a very inspiring and thought-provoking text, offers a very unique and sensitive, important perspective on disability. The writer, Malini Chib, has used her one little finger to type this book and communicate and connect the world around her, as she has limited control over most parts of her physical body. Next slide. Okay, the unit 3 is on tribe, and this unit will explore the ways in which tribal literature represents and reflects the lived realities of indigenous people, and how literature becomes a tool for preserving cultural identity, especially in the face of cultural assimilation or globalization. Through this unit, we will try to understand the role of tribal literature as a means of cultural preservation, resistance, both preservation and resistance. As you can see on the screen, the following writers are included in the syllabus. Next slide. Okay, the learning outcomes of this course. This course would enable the students to analyze the literary techniques, themes, and motifs and explore the socio-political contexts that have influenced the production and reception of these literary works. And throughout the course, we will engage actively in participation and engagement with the course materials through class discussions, individual and group assignments and presentations, and close reading of primary text. By the end of this course, you will have developed a deeper understanding of the ways in which Indian literature engages with issues of marginalization and exclusion, and you will have polished your skills in close reading, textual analysis and interpretation, critical analysis, and written expression, taking into account also the speaking skills, writing skills, and critical thinking. Who can opt this course? This course is open to students from BA Honors courses and BCom Honors. However, students from BA English cannot opt for the course because it is offered by the same department. I welcome you all to engage in this paper. Thank you.
Thank you. Now from Department of Environmental Studies, Dr. Viren.
You. Hello. My sound is audible?
Yes, sir.
Myself, Dr. Viren Bahadur Singh, and good evening to all of you. Hello.
Sir, please continue.
Next slide, please. Department of Environmental Studies offer VAC course, general elective course titled Circular Economy and Environmental Sustainability. It contains 4 credit, 2 credit lectures and 2 credit practicals. Lecture contains 80 marks and also practical contains 80 marks. Total 160 marks. The learning objective about this course is critically evaluate the 5 mega trends involving climate, development, ecology, economy, technology, and their linking with energy and resources. Inculcate the principles and methods of circular economy and design the resource efficient, low carbon paradigm. Adopt the roots of circular economy in personal, family, and communities. Next slide, please. The learning objective after the course, the student will equip with tools and techniques of circular economy to develop a sustainable institute or communities, acting as a consultant to the industries or international organization aiming for circular economy, serving as a catalyst in evolving and eco-literate societies and industries and promote sustainable policies. Syllabus about this JEE course, it contains 6 units. First one is circular economy for 3 lectures. Second one is principles of circular economy. Third unit contains steps for transition towards circular economy. And 4th unit contains circular economy implementation. 5th unit challenges in implementing circular economy, and 6th unit contains case studies from India and other part of the world. Next slide, please. The practical or exercise component, because previously I told you this is the 4 credit course, 2 credit practical and 2 credit theory. Practical components include 16 hours, and in this there are the various aspects in the practical based on the theory. Evaluate the status of your institute with respect to effort on the circular economy using qualitative and quantitative surveys. Collect spatial and temporal data on the types of waste being generated and identifying the recycling host and gap in adopting circular economy principles. Recycle and reuse of waste cloth produced at the home and make the make a presentation in the class to increase their life cycle. And next one is coordinate with different groups working on the waste recycling and conducting the workshop in the institute to educate the student and the other courses for covering waste into the useful product. Thank you very much.
From geology, Dr. Prabhas Pandey, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So we are offering this course that is physics and chemistry of the earth. It is essentially meant for those students, the serious students who want to keep the scientific flavor in their knowledge realm. And this course is basically, it has 4 credits and it is totally a theory-based paper in which there are 3 lectures and 1 tutorial. Of course, this would be taught in a very interesting manner through various videos and other lot of material, very interesting material from the earth. Next slide. So now you all know that our country, a great country, India, is bestowed with the heavy desert oceans. And our economy is also based on mineral wealth of the country. And at the same time, we are facing great issues related to the disasters. You all remember the Joshimat episode very recently, and globally, Turkey earthquake is the misery of that cannot be forgotten. So I think the time has come for everybody to understand some of these processes and understand a little bit about the art, and there so that they can improve their knowledge sphere, because every day, every week there is a news related to in the newspaper related to the geology or something about the earth. At the same time, earthquakes are very frequent, and our country is I think lies in the very danger zone. So yesterday there was an earthquake. So a little bit knowledge about the earthquake can help you in mitigation plannings. And that also helps you in understanding the various phenomena, which can really enhance your knowledge spheres. Now you require knowledge from the different spheres so that you can cope up with the changing climate as well. Next slide, please. So this is strictly for, I would say, only for those students who are very serious because it's a totally theory-based subject. So the learning objectives, as you can see clearly, it is you will understand about the various processes, about the earth, how it was formed, and what is the material it is made up of. And after the completion of the course, you will know a little bit about the physical parameters, the chemical structure of the earth, and also the major features, and also about how the evolution is taking place, because we are a part of humans are the part of the evolutionary process. So you will get to know about even the Earth's magnetic fields. So those who have learned some science till the 10th class or 12th class, it is a good opportunity for them to keep the scientific flavor intact in them, so that they can understand every phenomena in every sphere of their life in a better way with the scientific thinking. Next slide, please. So this is the syllabus. I won't go into the detail, but you can very well see that it deals with the Earth's magnetism, Earth's interior, and Earth's surface processes. You all know nowadays, even you see first unit, you see the continental margin, and these things are very news anchor in all the channels. They talk very freely about the various plates through which their movements, the earthquake is being caused. I think every month there is an earthquake. In fact, earthquakes are coming every moment. So, but the bigger ones are, human beings. And next unit, please. So this is a syllabus, and those who are serious students can always opt for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now from Department of Hindi, Dr. Manvesh.
धन्यवाद संदीप जी। मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
जी सर।
मैं मानवेश हिंदी विभाग से सर्वप्रथम इस आभासी मंच पर आसीन आदरणीय प्राचार्य महोदय एवं सभी शिक्षक साथियों को मेरा प्रणाम एवं सभी विद्यार्थियों का स्वागत। जी पेपर हिंदी का पटकथा एवं संवाद लेखन, ये पेपर रोजगार परक सामान्य वैकल्पिक पत्र है। 4 क्रेडिट का पेपर है जिसमें 3 लेक्चर और 1 ट्यूटोरियल है। इसमें इसका 2 हिस्सा, पटकथा और संवाद, 2 ऐसे विषय हैं जो रोजगार के अवसर आगे भविष्य में दे सकते हैं विद्यार्थियों को। इस पाठ्यक्रम के माध्यम से विद्यार्थी को पटकथा लेखन की तकनीक को समझाना है, विद्यार्थियों में साहित्यिक विधाओं का पटकथा में रूपांतरण तथा संवाद लेखन की समझ को विकसित करना भी इसका उद्देश्य है। पटकथा क्या है इसे विद्यार्थी समझेंगे, पटकथा और संवाद में दक्षता हासिल करेंगे, पटकथा लेखन को आजीविका का माध्यम बना सकेंगे, जो मैंने आरंभ में आपको सुनाया। 4 यूनिटों में, इकाइयों में ये पाठ्यक्रम बटा हुआ है और हर यूनिट में 3-3 जो
मानवेशी
हेलो मैम, आवाज आ रही मेरी?
हाँ जी
जी
सर।
अब आ रही है आपके।
ठीक है, सॉरी देख नहीं पाया। यहाँ इकाई जो इसकी पहली इकाई है, इसमें पटकथा की अवधारणा और स्वरूप पे बात की गई है, पटकथा लेखन के तत्व पे बात की गई है, पटकथा लेखन की प्रक्रिया। लेकिन सबसे महत्वपूर्ण जो इकाई 2 है, जिससे पता चलता है कि इस पाठ्यक्रम में पढ़ना क्या, वो है फीचर फिल्म, डॉक्यूमेंट्री और धारावाहिक। ये 3 ऐसे विषय हैं जो दूरदर्शन से लेकर सिनेमा तक, फिल्म तक, वहां पटकथा कैसे लिखी जाती है, संवाद की स्थिति कैसी बनेगी, इस तकनीक को समझाना और इस तकनीक के आधार पर कथा का निर्माण, पटकथा का लेखन, इसका मुख्य विषय है, जो दूसरे यूनिट में बताई गई। तीसरे यूनिट में आगे बढ़ाएंगे स्लाइड को। तीसरे यूनिट में संवाद लेखन की प्रक्रिया, कैसे इसका प्रोसेस, कैसे संवाद लिखते हैं, उस तकनीक के आधार पर लिखने की बात बताई जाएगी। संवाद लेखन की विशेषता क्या है, संवाद की संरचना किस प्रकार की हो सकती है। और चौथे यूनिट में जो मुख्य विषय है वो है टीवी धारावाहिक पर संवाद लेखन, डॉक्यूमेंट्री के लिए संवाद लेखन और फीचर फिल्म के लिए संवाद लेखन। तो टीवी, डॉक्यूमेंट्री और फीचर फिल्म ये मुख्य विषय है। तीनों विषय रोजगार परक है और इसमें अपार संभावनाएं हैं और इससे कोई अछूता नहीं है। इस पत्र का नाम जो है पटकथा लेखन और संवाद लेखन, विद्यार्थी इससे परिचित हैं। बहुत ही अच्छा पेपर है, इसे अपना सकते हैं, इस पेपर को ऑप्ट कर सकते हैं, ले सकते हैं। ठीक है, धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर। डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ हिस्ट्री, डॉक्टर सची।
Thank you, Sandeep. Am I audible?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. I, Dr. Shachi Meena from History Department, will be taking up the History GE for second semester, titled Delhi Through Ages from Colonial to Contemporary Times. The prerequisite of the course is that only those who have taken it in the first semester can opt for it in the second semester. Now I'll be bilingual because I'll be teaching this course bilingual. जब से हमारा जो पाठ्यक्रम है वो ऑफलाइन मोड में शुरू हो गया है, फिजिकल मोड में, तब मुझे लगता है कि इस पेपर की प्रासंगिकता और भी ज्यादा बढ़ गई है। आप सारे स्टूडेंट्स जो कि दिल्ली में रहेंगे और मुख्तलिफ जगहों से दिल्ली अपने कॉलेज में आएंगे, कोई बस पकड़ कर, कोई ट्रेन पकड़ कर, मेट्रो, कोई
शायद पैदल भी आए। तो दिल्ली अपने आप को बहुत तरीकों से अपने इतिहास के बारे में बताती है। मैं ज्यादा और किसी चीज की बात नहीं करूंगी, तो केवल केवल साइन बोर्ड्स की। अगर आप पहली स्लाइड देख सकते हैं तो आप देख सकते हैं कि साइन बोर्ड पे 4 प्रमुख भाषाओं में अमूमन जो है वो लिखा होता है, हिंदी, अंग्रेजी, पंजाबी और उर्दू। ये 4 भाषाएं क्यों, इन्हीं 4 भाषाओं में क्यों लिखा रहता है? इतनी सी चीज भी दिल्ली के इतिहास को बताती है। तो दिल्ली में रहते बहुत लोग हैं, लेकिन शहर को समझते बहुत कम लोग हैं। और आप क्योंकि दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का एक हिस्सा है, दिल्ली में रहेंगे, तो आप अगर अपने शहर को समझ पाए, ये आपके लिए बहुत अच्छा होगा। और ये 4 भाषाओं को हम अपनी 3 यूनिट्स के द्वारा समझेंगे। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। ओके, सॉरी, प्रीवियस स्लाइड। ओके, आप जैसा कि देख सकते हैं इस स्लाइड में, ये कश्मीरी गेट की तस्वीर आपको नजर आएगी। 19वीं शताब्दी की दिल्ली, 19th सेंचुरी। तो हमारी जो 2 भाषाएं हैं वो 19th सेंचुरी दिल्ली के कल्चर को बहुत अच्छे से बताती है। उर्दू और हिंदी जो कि प्रमुख भाषाएं थीं, वो दिल्ली के कल्चर में रची बसी थी। और उस जिस दिल्ली की अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं, उसे आप शाहजहानाबाद के नाम से जान सकते हैं, पुरानी दिल्ली के नाम से जान सकते हैं, या फिर चांदनी चौक के नाम से जान सकते हैं। इस दिल्ली को जब दिल्ली के ही शायर मीर तकी मीर ने इसके लिए कहा था, दिल्ली के ना थे कूचे और आके मुसव्वर थे, जो शक्ल नजर आई तस्वीर नजर आई। तो दिल्ली के कल्चर में ये सारी चीजें बसी हुई थी। वहीं दिल्ली में दिल्ली कॉलेज एक बहुत फेमस कॉलेज हुआ करता था, जो यहाँ की एजुकेशन को केटर किया करता था। उसी के बहुत बड़े नाम भी हैं, जैसे मास्टर रामचंद्र एक मैथमेटिशियन हुए हैं, उनका नाम है। सैयद अहमद खान उनका नाम है, जो कि इस कॉलेज से पढ़े हैं। और एक मिश्रित कल्चर यहाँ पर था, और इस कॉलेज में हिंदी और उर्दू और दूसरी भाषाओं में, अंग्रेजी भाषाओं में एजुकेशन दी जाती थी। अगर हम दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के इतिहास की भी बात करें तो इसका इतिहास यहाँ तक भी जाता है। लेकिन इसी दिल्ली को, जिसको एक तस्वीर के लिए कहा है मीर ने, वो किस तरीके से बदलती है जब 1857 का रिवोल्ट होता है, और उसका इम्पैक्ट इस सिटीस्केप को और कल्चर को किस तरीके से बदलता है। तो पहली यूनिट जो है आपकी, वो इस पूरे ब्रिटिश राज के बारे में बात करेगी कि यहाँ पर जो ब्रिटिशर्स हैं वो एज ए रेजिडेंट और कमिश्नर किस तरीके से रूल करते हैं, और 1857 के रिवोल्ट के बाद ये सिटी किस तरीके से बदलती है। सेकेंड स्लाइड प्लीज। उसके बाद आप देखेंगे हमारे जो थर्ड लैंग्वेज है अंग्रेजी। व्हेन द ब्रिटिशर्स दे डिसाइड that Delhi will be their capital, they shift their capital from Calcutta to Delhi, तब वो किस तरीके से इसे बदलते हैं, और सिटी का लैंडस्केप किस तरीके से, सिटीस्केप किस तरीके से, मॉर्फोलॉजी किस तरीके से बदलती है, और वो अपनी प्रोमिनेंस को आर्किटेक्चर के थ्रू, स्टोन बिल्डिंग्स के थ्रू लोगों को या इंडियंस को दिखाना चाहते हैं। और जो आर्किटेक्ट इसके लिए डिसाइड किए जाते हैं वो है ल्यूटन्स, इसीलिए इस दिल्ली को ल्यूटन्स दिल्ली भी कहा जाता है। और इसी वक्त की प्लानिंग में हमें नजर आती हैं बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स, जो कि हम कहते हैं कि जो हमारा सस्टेनेबल अर्बनाइजेशन है, जो आज प्रॉब्लम्स हम फेस कर रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं उसका रूट कॉज हमें तब भी नजर आता है। तो इस यूनिट में आप लोग इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे, अर्बन मॉर्फोलॉजी और लैंडस्केप के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, और इसी दौरान जो पुरानी दिल्ली है वो कैसे अपने लिविंग कल्चर को सरवाइव कर रही है, बावजूद इसके कि ल्यूटन्स दिल्ली उसे निग्लेक्ट करती है। दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द सेकेंड यूनिट। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। इसके बाद हम देखेंगे दिल्ली की फिर किस तरीके से अपने आप को बदलती है। अब तक आपने देखा कि सारे जो पॉलिटिकल इवेंट्स हैं वो दिल्ली को बदल रहे हैं। 1857 एक इवेंट, शिफ्टिंग ऑफ कैपिटल बाय द ब्रिटिशर्स दूसरा इवेंट, तीसरा इवेंट है 1947 का पार्टीशन। हमारी आजादी है, लेकिन आजादी एक कॉस्ट पर हमें मिली थी, दैट इज पार्टीशन। तो इस पार्टीशन के दौरान जो पॉपुलेशन के कॉम्पोजिशन में बदलाव आता है, और जो हमारे नए रेफ्यूजीज हैं, अब आप देखेंगे कि हमारा जो थर्ड लैंग्वेज था पंजाबी, ये दिल्ली की पंजाबियत कहाँ से आई है, ये यहाँ से आई है। तो जो कॉम्पोजिशन में बदलाव है वो कल्चर को भी बदलता है, लैंग्वेज को भी बदलता है। और किस तरीके से यहाँ पे ये जो आप तस्वीरें अगर देख पा रहे हैं तो ये लाल किले की है, पुराने किले की है, जो कि रेफ्यूजी कैंप में तब्दील हो गए थे और उसी के बाद रीसेटलमेंट बनता है। तो जब रीसेटलमेंट होता है तो फिर से एक और बार सिटी स्केप बदलता है, कल्चर बदलता है, एक्सटेंशन ऑफ द सिटी होता है, और उसके अलावा और दूसरी कई तस्वीरें और स्टोरीज है जो हमें इस बारे में पता चलती है। दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द थर्ड यूनिट ऑफ द पेपर। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। इसके बाद आप देखेंगे कि इन सब का इम्पैक्ट, इसके बाद जब हमारा आफ्टर पार्टीशन हम देखते हैं कि जो हम नया नेशन बिल्ड कर रहे हैं उसके साथ हमारी कैपिटल बिल्ड होती है, वो किस तरीके से एक नए कल्चर को डेवलप करती है। The fourth unit will be all about space politics and socialites. आप देखेंगे कि जो किंग्स वे है वो राजपथ में तब्दील होता है, नेशनलिस्टिक आइडियोलॉजीज आती हैं। इसी के साथ साथ ये सिटी जो ग्रो कर रही है उसमें इमिग्रेशन और सेटलमेंट की प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं और अर्बन कॉन्क्वेस्ट हमें नजर आता है किस तरीके से आउटर दिल्ली जो है वो और एक्सटेंड होता है, रीसेटलमेंट्स होते हैं और दूसरे जो पॉलिटिकल इवेंट्स इस दौरान है वो दिल्ली को और बदलते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल सिख अनरेस्ट 1984 का जो है, और उसके बाद वापस से रीसेटलमेंट होता है। आप देखते हैं कि सीलमपुर कॉलोनीज हैं या जो दिल्ली है वो अपने आप को हाई लो या आप कहीं पॉश नॉन पॉश अपने आप को इस तरीके से तब्दील कर लेती है या उसे हम उस तरीके से समझते हैं। तो ये एक चीज है। एक एजुकेशन हब के तौर पर भी निकल कर आता है। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की स्थापना जो है, ऐसा नहीं है कि दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की स्थापना पहले से नहीं थी, दिल्ली के कॉलेजेस पहले से भी चल रहे थे, लेकिन यूनिवर्सिटी के तौर पर ये तब्दील होता है। लोगों की आबादी के कारण हम देखते हैं कि 73 में और नीड होती है कि साउथ कैंपस का कॉलेज भी बने, और वो इसलिए भी होता है क्योंकि दिल्ली एक्सटेंड हो रही है। जो एरियाज कभी पहले आउटर में थे वो वहां पर भी अब नीड है कि इस तरफ भी कोई ना कोई कैंपस बनाया जाए। उसके अलावा दूसरे अर्बन स्पेसेस हैं जो बुद्धिजीवों का गढ़ बनते हैं। जैसे इंडियन कॉफी हाउस बहुत फेमस है कनॉट प्लेस में, वो इंटेलेक्चुअल्स का एक गढ़ बनता है। और हम जानते हैं कि एक समय ऐसा था जब इंटेलेक्चुअल्स, जर्नलिस्ट की बातें, उनका लिखा जाना नेशनलिस्टिक पॉलिटिक्स को भी अफेक्ट करता था। तो ये सारी चीजें हम उसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे। उसके बाद इन सब के बावजूद जो हमारा यहाँ का मिश्रित कल्चर है वो हमें नजर आता है फेस्टिवल ऑफ फ्लावर सेलर में या फुलवारों की सैर। खैर ये तो बहुत छोटे छोटे पॉइंट्स थे, इनके अलावा भी हम बहुत कुछ दिल्ली के बारे में पढ़ेंगे। दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द फोर्थ यूनिट। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। This is all about the assessment. 30 marks for internal assessment, test and assignment इसमें इंक्लूड होंगे। continuous evaluation 40 marks, field work होगा। फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में भी हमने फील्ड वर्क किया था, यहाँ पर भी होगा। 30 marks will be of 90 marks. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So next, Department of Mathematics is offering this paper, Introduction to Linear Algebra. So students who have studied mathematics till class 10th are eligible for this paper. And if you haven't studied mathematics in semester 1, you can also apply for this paper. So there is no condition that you have to have studied mathematics in semester 1. Now, what is linear algebra? So in linear algebra, we will study vectors, operations, matrices, linear transformation, how to combine them, how to operate them with each other, their relationship, and all. We will also talk about system of linear equations, and we will talk about linear transformation. So linear transformation are mappings that map one object to another one, and by preserving certain properties. Now the syllabus is this, and it includes vector, matrices, their operation, system of equation, and all, and then we will talk about these in our class. Now first, what are the application of this linear algebra? So this is most important. Now, in this area of data science, we get lots and lots of data. We have different softwares to analyze those data. So like Python is a tool, and there are libraries already made that does your task for you. But if you want to understand what is going behind that particular tool, what is happening in that particular library, how it is working, how is it doing the task that you are assigning it to do. If you want to understand those things, then the linear algebra is the paper for you. It has application if you want to go into machine learning, digital image processing, facial recognition, computer graphics, where we play video games and we see that a three-dimensional view is projected into our screen, and it is so real. So behind that, the linear algebra is working. The concepts of linear algebra are used to do that. Now, who should, like we see, this is a simple example. We have this image, and when we zoom out on a particular image, we see some these rectangular shapes. These are called pixel, and each pixel has some color, and if you combine all these pixels, we will get our image. So now each color in our computer screen is made of combination of RGB, some portion of red, some portion of green, and some portion of blue. So these entries are represented in matrix form, and matrix with certain operation, we will do matrix operation, and we will get some different objects, and depending on that, our image will behave differently. So this is simple example. We have this three combination. So this first matrix represents the red one, second one is green, third one is blue. So in first one, we can see that only the red matrix has certain components. The red and green are zero. So we can only see the red combination. In second one, in D matrix, we can see the first one and third one are zero. So only the green component is visible. So if I will add these two matrices, on the third one, we can see that the first matrix E also has some non-zero component, second matrix also has some non-zero component, but third matrix has zero component. So what happened that with red and greens combination, we are getting a color that is basically what we have already known is yellow. We used to do it in our elementary classes, like mix red and green and we get a new color blue. Similarly, a lot of other operations can also be done. We can see there are a lot of apps that you upload your blurry image and then it processes, you say that AI is working and it will give you a unpixelated image, a very good quality image. So again, linear algebra is working behind those. Now, who should opt for this course? So if you want to choose a minor in mathematics, this is a must for you. So there are, last time we offered calculus. A lot of students already study calculus in semester one, in class 12. So it was not much needed, we can say. But now if you want to go for minor in mathematics, so this is a paper that you must study. You cannot skip this paper. Second, those who want to pursue career in data science, data analysis, machine learning, you don't have to study all the papers of mathematics, but again, this is the one that you should study. You should understand the fundamentals that are working towards all those algorithms and how these are used. And at the end, this is an introduction. So we will talk about matrices, how to combine them, how to find out eigenvalues, eigenvector, basis, dimension, what are the meaning of these, what are linear transformation, how do these works, how to do the mathematics. So this is the basic idea of this paper. Assessment is, there are two components that we already know, IA plus CA, and we are already familiar with this. So I won't bore you. Thank you. So moving to the next, we have Department of Physical Education. Dr. Vishal.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Audible. Very good evening to principal sir, teachers and students. I, Dr. Vishal Goswami, Department of Physical Education. Department of Physical Education offering professional preparation and career avenues in physical education and sports. Total number of credit 4, 3 lecture and 1 practical. Total number of marks 160. Distribution of marks: internal assessment 30 marks, practical assessment 40 marks, written examination 90 marks. Learning objective of the paper: to develop an understanding of the professional preparation in physical education, to develop skill to meet professional requirements, to understand the need for professional development. Learning outcome of the paper: the learner will able to demonstrate professional preparation in physical education and compare the same with other countries for exploring best possibilities. The learner will develop skill to meet professional requirements for the best application and analysis. In syllabus, there are 5 units in the syllabus. Unit 1, historical perspective. In this unit, we'll learn professional preparation in India. pre-independence perspective and post-independence perspective. Unit 2, professional preparation programs. In this unit, we learn about foundation, need, objective, characteristics of professional preparation programs. Courses available in physical education and sports. In Unit 3, physical education and professionalism. In this unit, we learn about concept and meaning of profession, professionals, and professionalisms. Physical education as a profession. Unit 4, career avenues and job opportunity in physical education and sports. In this unit, we learn about career avenues after undergraduation and post-graduation and research degree, planning for career, self-assessment, motivational dynamics, decision making. Unit 5, exploring and venturing into new adventures. Thank you.
And now from Department of Political Science, Dr. Bagri.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good evening to respected principal sir, Dr. Sama Sharma ma'am, Dr. Tiriranjan Das sir, esteemed colleagues, and my dear students. I am Dr. Ram Bagri from the Department of Political Science and Department of Political Science, offering the paper Introduction to the Indian Constitution as G2 for the students of second semester. If we talk about the learning objectives of the course, the main objective of this course to introduce the students to the foundational text of constitutional democracy in India. And we all know that Indian democracy is the largest democracy in the world. And this course also provides the knowledge regarding the basic features of the Indian Constitution. And this course talks about the knowledge of the origin and contents of the Indian Constitution. So overall objective of this course is to enhance the knowledge of the students regarding the Constitution of India. If we talk about the course outcomes, then after the successful completion of this course or at the end of this course, the student will be able to understand the meaning and importance of the Constitution. They will be able to explain about making of Indian Constitution. They will be able to describe the silent feature of the Constitution, and they will be also able to describe the importance of preamble of the Constitution and its importance or significance. This course has 6 units. The first unit is constitutional case history and the making of the Constitution of India. We all know that the Constitution of India, adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1949 and came into force on 26 January 1950. The Constituent Assembly took almost 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days to create the Constitution of India. So after the completion of this unit, a student will be able to understand how the Constitution made and the contribution of Constituent Assembly on it. The second unit talk about the basic feature of the Indian Constitution. Basic feature of the Indian Constitutions are very, very important because we all know that Indian Constitution is the lengthiest constitution in the world. Indian Constitution is rigid and flexible both. Indian Constitution is federal with unitary features. There is a parliamentary form of government, independent judiciary, directive principles, fundamental rights, fundamental duties, universal adult franchise, single citizenship, emergency provisions, three-tier local government. All are the basic feature of the Indian Constitution. So at the end of this second unit, the student will be able to understand basic structure of the Indian Constitution with explanation. And third unit talk about the fundamental rights. Part third of the Indian Constitution provide us fundamental rights from Article 12 to 35. And fundamental rights are very, very important for the full development of individual personality. Right to equality, right to liberty, right against exploitation, right to constitutional remedies, all are the fundamental rights. So if we do not have right to liberty, right to equality, right to opportunity in public employment, right against exploitation, so in these circumstances, we can't develop our personality. So fundamental rights are very, very important for the full development of individual personality. That's why part 3 of the Indian Constitution is known as the cornerstone of the Indian Constitution. So at the end of this unit, students will be able to understand, describe the importance and limits of fundamental rights. Unit 4 deal with the obligations of the states and duties of citizens. Part 4A of the Indian Constitution under Article 51A provide us fundamental duties. And the importance of the fundamental duties as that they define the moral obligation of all citizens to help in the promotion of the spirit of nationalism and to uphold the unity of India. If we talk about the obligation of the states, they are related to the directive principle. Part 4 of the Indian Constitution provide us directive principles from Article 36 to 51. So at the end of this unit, a student will be able to understand, describe the directive principle of state policy and explain the fundamental duties and its importance. Unit 5 talk about the organs of constitutional government, legislature, executive and judiciary. All are the part of the government. Government is agency of the state which make the laws and enforces them. In our country, there are 3 organs of the government: legislature, executive and judiciary. The function of legislature is to make the laws, the function of executive is to implement the laws, and the function of judiciary is to provide justice, and media is known as the fourth pillar of the democracy in our country. So at the end of this unit, the students will be able to understand the function of legislature, executive, and judiciary in our country. The last unit associated with center-state relations and decentralization. So in our country, there is a decentralization of power, there is a distribution of power between center and the states, and the power is a sense of capability and capacity to influence the action of the others. For this purpose, Parliament has made constitutional amendments, 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment, and by both 2 constitutional amendments, we have made provisions for the panchayat and municipalities on the recommendation of Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. So states are not dependent on the center for their powers. They receive their power from the Constitution. After the or at the end of this unit, student will be able to understand what is decentralization and describe the aims and benefits of decentralization in India. They will be also able to explain about the uses of Panchayati Raj system in India and its duties. So while summing up my presentation, I would like to say that the constitution of our country is considered to be the best constitution in the world because Everyone has the rights and duties. No one is small, no one is big, neither rich nor poor in his eyes. All are equal under the Constitution of India. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, the last presentation from Department of Statistics. Dr. Anurag.
Good evening, respected principal, sir, my dear esteemed colleagues, and dear students. So, Department of Statistics will offer introductory probability as its general elective 2 options. So, before going into the details of presentation, I'd like to talk about the statistics. What do we mean by statistics? What is statistics? So, we all make decisions in our life, right? So how do we make decisions? Sometimes we use our gut, and sometimes we want it to be based on the information available to us. So data or the information that we need to make decision is very important. So before getting into the information, we learn how to gather. Before making any decision, we learn how to gather information. And if the information is gathered incorrectly, it's worthless. So once it is very important to learn how to collect good data, and then how do we organize it, and how to describe it in a way that it becomes meaningful and easier to deal with. And after we have the data and we have organized it, what conclusions can be drawn on the basis of that information, right? So suppose we wish to choose a course, we cannot go on the basis of our gut feeling. We collect some informations, what are the employment chances after studying that course, what will be beneficial for us, how is it good for us. We weigh all these informations, and on the basis of those informations, we make a decision of what course we should study. So this is where the statistics comes into play. So there are many areas where statistics is used more formally. For example, uh, mathematics, engineering, artificial intelligence, machine learning. All these areas use statistics in some way or the other. So whenever there are decisions to be made, whether they are personal or professional ones, a solid understanding of statistics can ultimately help you make your decisions better. So going into the course, please next slide. This course, that introductory probability, will consist of 4 credits, and the credit distribution will be of 3 lectures. The eligibility criteria of the course is that you must have studied mathematics in your class 12th. And so the objectives is that we wish to enhance the mathematical formulation and foundations of the probability in the students, and we wish to familiarize them uh, for statistical analysis at the basic and the introductory level. And at the end of the course, there will be some, we wish to infuse some knowledge about discrete and continuous distributions and their probability. So this is the brief overview of the syllabus. The unit 1 comprises of understanding the meaning of the probability, what are the probabilistic experiments, what are the various approaches where probability theory can be used, and in particular the focus will be on the axiomatic approach. And then we'll talk about various laws of probability, conditional probability, what is the sample size, what is the reduced sample size. Then unit 2 talks about the concepts of a random variable, its properties, its illustrations, and how can we calculate expectations of a random variable, its variance, covariance, moment generating functions. All these uh, things will be taught using the examples of a real life. And then unit 3 will make you familiarize with different distributions of discrete and continuous and their applications. and then finally we'll discuss the usefulness of central limit theorems in daily life. That's all from side. Thank you.
So we have one more PPT that we could not present it at the beginning of GE. So just 1 minute. Professor Rakesh will be presenting this. You can start, sir.
ओके मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
यस सर।
चलिए शुरुआत में ये पीपीटी चलना था, पर ये पीपीटी पहले चला नहीं है। तो ये जीई है, फिल्म अध्ययन का, फिल्म स्टडीज का। और हम सभी सिनेमा फिल्मों को बहुत मजे से देखते हैं, जानते हैं, आनंद उठाते हैं। लेकिन सिनेमा एक ऐसी भाषा होती है जिसे हम समझ तो पा रहे होते हैं, लेकिन इसका जवाब नहीं दे पाते हैं। यानी हम फिल्म का माध्यम हम समझ रहे होते हैं, हमें दिख रहा होता है कि विजुअल्स में क्या चीजें चल रही हैं, लेकिन वो कैसे बनती हैं, उनके पीछे की कहानी क्या है, वो उसका कैसे आप अध्ययन कर सकते हैं, उनको एनालाइज कर सकते हैं। ये इस पीपीटी का ये इस पूरे जी कोर्स में आपको पढ़ने को मिलेगा। जैसे सभी जीईज हैं, उनका 4 क्रेडिट का ये कोर्स है और उसमें 3 लेक्चर और 1 प्रैक्टिकल का कंपोनेंट रहने जा रहा है। और ये नेक्स्ट स्लाइड चलाएंगे संदीप। इसका कोर्स ऑब्जेक्टिव है, इसमें हम सिनेमा की जो सैद्धांतिक और व्यवहारिक ज्ञान इसमें प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। सिनेमा बनता कैसे है, उसकी टेक्नोलॉजी क्या होती है, सिनेमा के विभिन्न आंदोलन कौन कौन से हुए हैं, ये सब आप इसमें समझ सकते हैं। और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है कि सिनेमा बनता कैसे है। सिनेमा की एक एक विजुअल की अपनी भाषा होती है, एक लाइट की अपनी परिभाषा होती है, एक एक शॉट का कौन सा एंगल लिया गया है, उसकी एक भाषा होती है। तो इस पेपर में हम इन सब माध्यमों को समझेंगे, कैसे बनता है, साउंड की एक एक साउंड जो बजाया जाता है वो सब कुछ सोच समझ के बजाया जाता है कि किस जगह पर वो साउंड आना है। तो इस पेपर में हम इस सबको भी जानेंगे। और एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट है कि इसके माध्यम से हम भारतीय संस्कृति और समाज को जानेंगे। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड चलाएं संदीप। संदीप नेक्स्ट स्लाइड चलाइए। ठीक है। और इसका सिलेबस अगर आप देखना चाहते हैं तो सिलेबस में मैंने बहुत क्योंकि सबसे लास्ट में है और सभी लोग इसमें ज्यादा थक गए होंगे, तो 4 इसमें यूनिट हैं। पहला है सिनेमा का सामान्य परिचय, इसमें है इतिहास पूरा, इसमें आप पढ़ेंगे। आप ये जानेंगे कि सिनेमा कैसे शुरू हुआ, कहाँ, और सिनेमा के अलग अलग प्रकार कौन से हैं, जैसे पॉपुलर सिनेमा, मेन स्ट्रीम सिनेमा, रीजनल सिनेमा, इसको आप समझने का प्रयास करेंगे। और सिनेमा की भाषा समझेंगे। तो ये पहला परिचयात्मक है, इंट्रोडक्टरी रहेगा। सेकंड यूनिट है सिनेमा, समाज और संस्कृति, कल्चर से कैसे जुड़ा हुआ है, कैसे वो पॉपुलर जो साइकोलॉजी होती है उसको कैसे इस्तेमाल किया जाता है सिनेमा में, इन सबको जानेंगे। साथ साथ जो रीजनल सिनेमा है, जैसे भोजपुरी सिनेमा है, हरियाणवी सिनेमा है, पंजाबी सिनेमा है, तो इन बोलियों का इतना सिनेमा कैसे बनता है, इसको भी हम लोग इस दूसरी यूनिट में जानेंगे। तीसरी यूनिट, जैसा कि मैंने पहले भी आपको बताया कि तीसरी यूनिट जो है वो टेक्निकल पार्ट से जुड़ी हुई है। और जिसमें आप जानते हैं कि जो फिल्में बनती हैं उसमें बहुत सारी चीजें उसमें शामिल होती हैं। उसमें डायलॉग्स होते हैं, उसमें साउंड होता है, उसमें सॉन्ग्स होते हैं, म्यूजिक होता है, डांस होता है, कैमरा एंगल्स होते हैं, और एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है स्पेशल इफेक्ट्स, जिससे कोई फिल्म जो है, बिल्कुल आप देखते हैं कि आपने अगर एवतार देखी है जो हॉलीवुड की फिल्म है, आपको लगता है कि पूरी दुनिया जो है उन्होंने क्रिएट कर दी। या अभी बहुत चर्चित फिल्में आप देख रहे होंगे जो आ रही हैं, आपने पठान देखी, कितने सारे स्पेशल इफेक्ट्स उसमें हैं। तो किस तरह की टेक्निक्स होती हैं, ये सब हम इस पेपर में इस यूनिट पे पढ़ेंगे। साथ ही साथ इस समय हम जानते हैं कि एक बड़ा नया दौर है जो वेब सिनेमा का है, जो ऑनलाइन ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, वहां पर हम सिनेमा को देख रहे हैं, और एक बिल्कुल नई भाषा में, बिल्कुल नए तरीके से सिनेमा आपके सामने आ रहा है। एक वो कहानियां आपके सामने आ रही हैं जो कहानियां पहले सिनेमा से बाहर हुआ करती थी। वो भाषा बोली जा रही जो सिनेमा से बाहर की भाषा थी। तो इसका समाज से क्या लेना देना है, क्या समाज में कुछ बदलाव आया है या फिर ये सिर्फ एक फैशन की चीज है जो बदल जाएगी, इन सब चीजों को भी हम जानेंगे। और चौथी यूनिट है जिसमें हम सिनेमा की जो अर्थशास्त्र है वो कैसे चलता है, मार्केटिंग कैसे होती है, प्रबंधन कैसे होता है, इस सब को जानने का प्रयास करेंगे। जो हॉलीवुड का सिनेमा है, इंटरनेशनल सिनेमा है, उनको भी जानेंगे और भारतीय सिनेमा के बारे में भी जानेंगे। इस कोर्स में आपको कुछ प्रायोगिक काम करने को, यानी प्रैक्टिकल आपको करने को मिलेगा। इसमें आप कोई शॉर्ट फिल्म भी आपने बना सकते हैं। आप इसमें साथ साथ कोई फिल्म की जो भाषा है उस पर आप प्रोजेक्ट तैयार कर सकते हैं, या फिर कोई रीजनल सिनेमा पर अपनी बात कह सकते हैं। तो ये कोर्स मुझे लगता है कि जो लोग फिल्म को समझना चाहते हैं, और आप याद रखिए कि जो बड़े सिनेमा के इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं, एफटीटीआई जैसे, जहाँ पर लोग जाने के लिए तरसते हैं, वहाँ पर भी लगभग यही चीजें पढ़ाई जाती हैं। मैं कंपेयर नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन हम कोशिश करेंगे कि इस कोर्स में जो विद्यार्थी, जो स्टूडेंट्स एनरोल होंगे, उनको हम अच्छे से अच्छे सिनेमा दिखाएंगे, बहुत अच्छी अच्छी उनको सिनेमा की टेक्निक समझाएंगे, और हो सकता है आप में से कोई सिनेमा आगे जाकर बनाए। तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद। थैंक यू संदीप।
थैंक यू राकेश जी। तो इसी के साथ हमारा ये सेशन अपने अंत पर पहुंचा है। कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के क्वेश्चंस हैं, हम थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी उनको लेने की कोशिश करेंगे। शायद अभी भी प्रिंसिपल सर हमारे साथ हैं, तो हम चाहेंगे कि वे भी अगर हमारे को इन सवालों के जवाब देने में कुछ मदद कर सके तो। संदीप, क्या आप क्वेश्चंस पढ़ेंगे जरा?
जी मैम। तो first question is what will be the recording will be shared? So yes, recording will be shared by tomorrow. Both the recordings will be shared. And second is how difficult will be the one who has not opted Vedic mathematics 1 in first semester, and can they opt it in this semester? So no, the prerequisite for Vedic mathematics 2 is you should have studied Vedic mathematics 1 in first semester. So without that, you cannot opt for Vedic mathematics 2. And we will also share with you the complete syllabus of all the SEC and VAC courses. And in all those syllabus, there will be written the prerequisite if there is any for any particular paper. So you can also go through with that. That will also be shared by tomorrow.
एक और वैक है जो कि किसी अभी इस समय प्रेजेंट नहीं हो पाया है, दैट इज एनसीसी 2। जिन लोगों ने एनसीसी 1 या एनसीसी कैडेट्स जो है, वो लोग एनसीसी 2 भी इस सेमेस्टर में ऑप्ट कर सकते हैं।
So
next question.
Do we have sports for life in second semester?
No.
No. We have Fit India in second semester VAC. Now, for opting family business as GE paper, is it compulsory to have family business?
No.
You just need to have information, and you can learn how you can use that paper for your own experience and own learning. The next question is, in first semester, I have programming with Python. Now I want to shift my general elective from Python to macroeconomics. Should I change this?
You can change if you like.
But it will, you have to be careful about which, if you are interested in pursuing minor in a particular paper. So
yes.
In 4 years, there are 10 GE total papers. And if you want to get a minor, you have to have 7 papers studied throughout the 4 years. So it depends on your choice. So be careful while switching between subjects. You can at most switch between these papers 3 times if you are interested in a minor. And what options are available for BCom program students at GE?
वो तो fixed है, I suppose.
Yeah. So BCom program last time studied English as GE, and this time they will be offered Hindi as GE because GEs are fixed languages. You have to study those languages in first and second year, and our college is only offering GE Hindi and English. So since we have studied already English last semester, so this time you will be studying Hindi. And same for BA program also. Last time they studied Hindi, so this time they will be studying English as their GE language paper. And the same question is there. Same for Vedic mathematics. Will the culture communication of the history department be same as studied in the first semester of English?
क्या question है? Can you repeat it?
Will the culture communication of the history department be the same as studied in the first semester of English?
So it's not same, the time period is different.
Yes.
The time period is different. It is starting from 19th century up to contemporary times.
So they are asking.
The time period was different.
Yes. Next question is Nikita asked that we have to study 7 semester of minors. So no, actually from semester 1 to semester 6, you have to study GE paper 1 for each semester. But when you will go to 7th and 8th semester, the number of GE paper increases. So it will be reflected in your syllabus, and you can also talk to your teacher in charge or your respective teachers about the outline of the syllabus. So this is that. So if you so till 6th semester you will be studying 1 G each semester, but for 7th and 8th semester the number of G paper will increase. So this way you will have total 10 G papers throughout the 4 years. Is it okay, Nikhil?
Nikita is also asking another question, evaluation for being happy. Prerna or Dr. Prabhas Pandey, any one of you can answer this.
I think it's the same like for other papers. Maybe I need to check that. So who's asking this can contact me tomorrow and I'll get back to them.
Nikita, you can contact Professor Prerna Diwan tomorrow to just, or you can also check the syllabus.
Yeah.
Uploading the syllabus very soon, so you can check the syllabus also.
I'm just not carrying it right now, but maybe I can tell you tomorrow.
Sandeep, I think the questions are over.
Yeah, there's one more question. Sumit says, I have opted Vedic Mathematics 1 in semester 1. Is it compulsory to opt Vedic Mathematics 2 in semester 2? No, so there is no compulsion about it. If you are interested, you can opt Vedic Mathematics 2. But like if you after like 3rd semester or 4th semester, you want to go for like if they offer Vedic Mathematics 3, and there might be possibility that the prerequisite for that course will be Vedic Mathematics 2. So this is one thing that you should be careful about.
Ma'am, Seema ma'am, may I speak?
Yes,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, the question was about communication and culture. It was not about G, it was about VAC. I think Rohit would have answered it, but I think he's not there. Let me answer it. The paper is different because culture and communication title must be same, but the approach is very different. What you will be, reading in from history department, it will be from historical perspective, unlike English department. Okay, Vinay, if I mean, you can get more knowledge from Rohit, who will be teaching this paper from history department.
Thank you, Shachi.
No.
I think we are all done with all the doubt questions. Okay, so what will happen if we get back in more than one subject? What will be the consequences of getting back? So he is talking about essential repeat in more than one subject.
What will happen if we get back? Get back in more than one subject, what will be the consequences of getting back? They'll have to repeat it.
Yes.
They'll have to repeat it.
You'll have to repeat it in the next, whenever that paper, in the next semester. If you're talking about core, then it will be next year.
If it is VAC or SAC, then it can be next semester also. Can be next semester also. So I think we have answered most of the questions. If there are any more queries, you can just put them in the chat box quickly. So it seems that there are no more queries.
Yes,
So
I
there
think
are
it's all over.
Yeah. So
I think, yes, rest of the queries can be answered by the respective teachers when they go to the classes. And
yes. So thank you very much to everyone. I would like to thank our respected principal, all my dear colleagues who have given their valuable time for presenting these syllabi, to the students who have been sitting here patiently and listening to everyone. So thank you one and all. Once again, thanks a lot to the principal for giving us this opportunity to organize this orientation session. I think it has proved to be useful to the students. And thank you, Sandeep, for being such a great help to me. And thank you all the colleagues once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you, Sandeep and Seema. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and have a